Dogecoin is in a prime position to make a huge push to the upside. I'm going to be covering in today's video why I believe Dogecoin is going to push well above all-time highs. I'm also going to cover the latest price action and my price prediction for this bull run extending into 2026. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe on this video. The first point that I want to make that gives Dogecoin a huge foundation to actually rocket to the upside. Here, I want to cover the altcoin season index. Right now, we're sitting at 28 out of 100, which actually pushes us into the Bitcoin season. Bitcoin season for this particular index means that Bitcoin over the last 90 days or the last few months has really been leading the overall market. Altcoins have been struggling, but this is a major factor for Dogecoin because as this altcoin season begins to shift from Bitcoin season into altcoin season, we're going to see a huge shift into altcoins and specifically Dogecoin as one of the biggest meme coin leaders for this 2025 bull run. So, as we expect the next few months to be extremely bullish for altcoins, for Bitcoin, and specifically for Dogecoin, we're going to see a huge shift in demand. The next point I want to cover is the entirety of the crypto market is sitting in fear right now. Even a lot of people who are currently in Dogecoin positions are quite fearful for another massive continuation to the downside. But when we make just a quick correlation over to Bitcoin, right now we're sitting at 31. We're sitting in a massive fear, but Bitcoin is nearly at complete all-time highs. Dogecoin is still in a bull trend. We haven't broken the downside structure, but the overall crypto market is extremely fearful. As we begin to shift into greed, we're going to see a huge shift in the crypto market, and a lot of altcoins are going to be picking up in demand. So why is this extremely bullish for Dogecoin? I'm going to start on the longer term time frame and then slowly move down to current price action. One of my most bullish charts, if you actually come over to the monthly on Dogecoin, now I'm sure not a lot of people are looking at these long-term charts, but I've been holding Dogecoin and a lot of these alts since 2023. We want to be looking at an extreme long-term chart because I've been holding for more than 24 months at this point. Don't want to be focusing on just that 5-minute chart. My favorite indicator, the exponential moving average, this orange line on the chart, still showing a massive positive slope because every time price comes below this average price, we're very quickly getting eaten up and there's massive demand. So I'm actually very bullish on Dogecoin coming off of this last push. We're now sitting at the average price. Anytime we've come below, there's been a strong bullish demand. So that's another strong push, another strong expectation for Dogecoin. The reason that we're actually retesting this price, and it makes sense, is the old all-time high from 2024. All that's happened recently is we had this extended push, and now we're just retesting this price. We're retesting this demand zone where we finally got the huge breakout just to make sure that this is going to act as support. And really, this is one of the more perfect accumulation zones, especially if you've taken my trading course. We know I love to trade resistance support flips. So we can now move over to the weekly, because the weekly chart is clearly showing a little bit of downside momentum. But most importantly, what I do want to cover is we haven't broken this short-term low. Overall, the beginning of a bear trend would only happen for Dogecoin when we broke below this 8-cent region. So we're still well above. Another point I want to mention is when we come over and add the relative strength index to the overall chart, especially on the weekly, What I'm always waiting for to tell me the end of a bull trend, and it looks like it's nowhere near the end of the bull trend for Dogecoin, is a strong divergence on the weekly chart for the RSI. Now, I'm sure a lot of you know exactly what divergence is. We make a higher high on the RSI, we make a higher high in price. Then what happens? We make a new higher high in price, but the overall RSI makes a lower high. That's where we get the divergence. This is also another showing me that we do have another decent probability to the upside. That during the last bull run, we saw a huge divergence on Dogecoin on the weekly and especially on the daily chart. We haven't seen anything like that just yet. What that shows, the relative strength has not been in a massive decline. A lot of this strength to the downside has been bought up. This really focuses on the underlying demand and doesn't really take into account the overall price. The RSI is still showing a lot of underlying demand. That's why I'm still bullish on Dogecoin. Now, I want to cover my price prediction for Dogecoin during this bull run. I'm using my favorite tool here, the Fibonacci retracement. Now, I'm going to show you how I predicted this high at 50 cents, because I was showing you in a previous video that I actually went from this medium-term low to this medium-term high and then extended out the price. And I'm always looking for an initial target between the 0.618 and the 1.618. And look at price, tap the 0.618, tap the 1.618, and then we had a continuation to the downside. Now, if we use that exact same tool where we bring it from this low to this high, and then extend it out, let's see where the 0.618 and 1.618 price actually line up. Go from this low, go to this high, and just extend it out. And when we scroll up, we can see our first price projection actually expecting price to hit old all-time highs. Now, this would make a lot of sense and would also give us a very decent correlation zone to say, okay, this would be a position that I'm at least taking a small amount of profit, because from current price, that is over 300% gains from here. So we'd move from 18 cents to 74 cents. That's a super strong move, especially during the end of this bull run. But this isn't the all-time high that the Fibonacci retracement is also projecting. We see we have a 1.618, 2.618, 3.618, 4.23 level. So the 1.618 is also a high projection zone. Usually I'm looking for price to exit between this 1.618 and 0.618. So for price to actually get up to that 1.618 region, that's over a 500% gain from here. And if it was to reach that top region, it would be over a 1,000% gain, or a 10x in the Dogecoin price at the high of this Fibonacci retracement tool. What I'm really showing you, using the RSI, using the price, understanding the overall fundamentals behind the crypto market right now, it's really showing that Dogecoin has a perfect foundation to continue its rocket to the upside. We have some quite high price projections, and this is where I'm going to look to take profits on my Dogecoin position. If you have enjoyed today's video, don't forget to smash the like and subscribe. Leave a comment below on what you believe the price of Dogecoin will be at the end of this bull run, and I'll see you in the next video.